Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. Here's your five aside, 5 topics, 5 strikes. Let's let it rip. Okay, it is Monday, August 28th, 2023, and we had a lot to talk about. Over the weekend. We're going to run through a few things. First, we got the Darwin Nunes goal yesterday. We were at halftime. They were down 1-0 for Liverpool. We're going to talk about that. Talk a little bit about Liverpool, Newcastle. Then Mo Salah possibly still going to Saudi Arabia, so that's in the news today. Matheus, Nunes, the City, and then Sheffield FC. They just won about an hour and a half ago. They had a little fight back. We're going to talk about that. And Pulisic in settling in Milan. So that's great, Mr. America. All right, that's the start of it. We're going to dive into it and then probably hit up a little things as we go along. Maybe talk a little messy at the end. Sorry about that. My phone, let me put it on mute. Why not? There we go. All right, here we go. Here is your first strike. Let's let it rip. As I mentioned yesterday, we were doing our five-a-side, and it was halftime during the game, and I said, don't count out Liverpool. Don't count out Klopp and a 10-man Liverpool. And I know we talked a little bit about how Van Dijk got sent off, and, rightly so. I thought that was a red card, and it was the right decision, in my opinion. It was the right decision. And then, late on, Darwin Nunes comes on, 10-man. The first, they shot the ball up to him the first. It miscontrolled his touch. And then the second time it goes to him, left-footed, bang, side netting. Oh, man, what ties the game up goes. I like Darwin Nunes. I think he is a fantastic player. He was great in Benfica. I was gutted that he didn't come to Manchester United. Went to Liverpool. He's fantastic. I really like him. Number 9 down in Liverpool there. So ties it up, and again, bang, hits him right back. Whew, wins the game. Klopp going nuts, doing a Superman himself with his teeth and his hat, the highlighter hat. Listen, that is a tough side. Liverpool are a very, very tough side, and they got McAllister in the middle. They have McAllister, Sazbalai, who's settling in really nicely, really, really nicely. And we're going to talk about Mo Salah next as well. So that'll be their second strike. But yeah, I really like what they're building there. Gakpo got subbed off after the red card. Trent Alexander-Arnold didn't have the greatest game. Obviously, he got a dumb yellow card, which probably hindered him a little bit, got into his head, which led to the first goal by Newcastle. But here's the thing: they have a winning mentality in Liverpool. Klopp has instilled that in them. No matter what, they have a winning mentality. Joe Gomez comes on after Gakpo goes off, and the Van Dijk red card. And he comes in, he slots right in, and they play. Now, listen, for 70 minutes, they were down to 10 men. And you mean to tell me that this is the difference between a Liverpool side that have been together for a little bit and a Newcastle side, and I'll talk about Newcastle in a second, that they have the mentality to win. They know how to do it. They push forward. They should have been put to the sword. They never were, but they kept fighting and kept going forward, and that's what he puts into his players. And Klopp, credit to Klopp, credit to his team. Excuse me, just a little Perrier there. Credit to his team, and they fight on. Now, here's the difference on the other side. Let's talk about Newcastle. Newcastle never put them to the sword and got that second goal. It should have happened. There were a couple times in there. Gordon got through. He should have went on Trent Alexander-Arnold a little bit more on the side there. And here's the problem. Eddie Howe takes off Sandro Tonali. Why do you do that? Like, Sandro is the best player on the pitch for Newcastle. He's my favorite player in the league, and I know I'm a little biased. He's Italian. I love to watch him in Milan, but he is a baller. He just controls. I don't know if the midfield just sees passes, gets in a tackle. So I'm not sure some of the subs that happened. I believe he also took off. His other midfielder there, the Brazilian midfielder. Apologies, I'm blanking on his name right now. It'll come to me. But why? Why are you taking off your midfield when you're just still should go after that second goal? You go after the second goal, the game's dead. They're killing off the game, and he never did it. Eddie Howe, it's almost like I don't want to say an insecurity, but it's like they don't have the mentality of just like, we're going to win, we're going to go after it. It's just that they have the mentality where it's not quite there yet. It's not there yet. And Harvey Barnes played well, I thought, when he came on, but there's just some of the substitutions that Eddie Howe made I didn't quite agree with, and I thought that was their game obviously to win when you go down to 10 men. You got to get that third goal. You got to keep pushing forward. But credit to Klopp and credit to Liverpool and Darwin Nunes coming on and being a hero. And just 2 goals. What are you going to do? That's football. That's how it happens. Really enjoyed watching that game, and as a Manchester United fan, it's really enjoyable to see. But Eddie Howe's got some work to do. Just I think a mentality. Joe Ellington. That's the guy that went off too. He took off Joe Ellington for the midfield. Sorry, it just came to me. But yeah, Eddie Howe's got to get over this insecurity. I'll just call it an insecurity that they're not a big club and they can't go after it. So let's see what happens this week and see if they bounce back. And that's your first strike. Second strike, we're going to stay with Liverpool. Mo Salah. So Al-Ittihad is still coming after him. So it looks like the Saudi club is about to prepare $162 million. $162 million. So in pounds, that's probably maybe 130 million. Maybe 130 million they're coming after. So, no, it's a 150 million package for a Euro package. So $162 million. 31 years old. Now, came out over the weekend. They said there is no way that he is not going anywhere. That's what Liverpool, that's their stance. But that's everyone's stance. Someone comes after your player. They're not like, sure, take him, unless you're Harry Maguire, for God's sakes. Can't get rid of him. But yeah, so they're coming after him. They got the money to spend. They want to make him their prized possession at Al-Ittihad. And I think Al-Ittihad. Sorry, I know I'm butchering that, and I want to get it right, and I don't want to get clipped up. But yeah, the Egyptian 31-year-old winger for Liverpool is their target, and they're coming back in. So we got a few days left. Friday is the transfer window. It's the end of the transfer window for Europe, at least the English League. Yeah, the English League is that on Friday. So look, if he leaves. If Salah leaves and leaves them in a lurch this late, that's tough. That's tough. But with the money they're throwing around, and they already just paid £97 million down there for they already paid this would have totally eclipsed the £97 million that Al Hilal had paid for Neymar recently. So if he goes, this is big. I don't know. I wonder if they could be working on a replacement right now to get someone in, and maybe they let them go. If not this summer, then it's going to be next summer for sure. But when the dollars stack up, and I don't like how this is going, I want to call it sport washing, but like they're just money talks. Unless you're Lionel Messi, and he goes to Miami, and although he is making brilliant money, but still it didn't go to Saudi Arabia. This is an interesting one. I'd like to see how this plays out in the next few days. We'll know that the transfer deadline day is on Friday, as we mentioned. We'll see how this goes. Who could they bring in? Who out there do you think that if he does go this summer, who could they bring in? Who else is out there? Who else? What other talent is out there? I know Klopp has their eye on. Florian Wirtz, Bayer Leverkusen, the German midfielder, kind of plays in a wing. He'd be great. He's 20, 21 years old. I don't know if they can pry him away from Bayer Leverkusen, but he'd be good. Come in. We'll see. This is an interesting one. This is definitely an interesting one. And Liverpool are looking down the barrel, and let's see what they're going to do. So, yeah. This is still going on. It's still breaking today. And then, third strike of the day, Matheus Nunes, who plays for Wolves, 25-year-old midfielder, Portuguese international. Talked about this a couple days ago. Manchester City are coming again. They're coming again. They want this guy. £52 million. Looks like the bed's going in for him. And I'm pretty confident they're going to get him, according to the reports and Fabrizio and all the blah, 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 the pundits, not the locals. Not the local pundit, but the pundits out there are saying he can go. So he's probably going to go. I think he's probably going to go. And this is a fantastic signing. I actually really enjoyed watching the midfield that they had, the Wolves had against Manchester United, the opening game of the season, with him and Andre Santos is going in there, and Lamina. I don't know. City just keep making great moves. Obviously, Pep is fantastic. If he goes there, he could probably take him to another level. I really like Nunes, but again, they're probably lining up because they have such a short window here. They're probably lining up the replacement, knowing he's going to go. Interestingly enough, Manchester City were after Lucas Paqueta, but that fell apart because of the scandal with the alleged scandal with him with the betting and the yellow cards and all that stuff. So that fell apart. And West Ham go and get Kudus, and they bring Kudus in, which I thought was great money spent there. What they've done with the Rice money. So that was their number one target, or at least their number two target was originally Paqueta, but now Matheus Nunes, pretty good baller. I think if they get him in, and they just got Doku in and Guardiola and obviously Holland up front, that team is stacked and primed to win the league. So there's a lot of movement will happen until the end of the transfer window on Friday. But it looks like they rejected. So Wolves had rejected a £47 million offer, and now they want $60 million. So if you're going to go in at 52, just pay the money, pay the 60. The guy's class. He's all class, and I really like him. So let's keep an eye on this one. So City are after the Matheus Nunes. That is your third strike. Your fourth strike is most recent strike. I just put this one in. This is your fourth strike. So Sheffield FC, they're playing in the conference. So they just played in the National Premier League East. They just played Stockbridge Park Steels, and they won 4-2. They won 4-2. They were down. So I was actually listening to the Stockbridge not the podcast, the YouTube page, listening to the commentary on that. They had it up there. It was at Sheffield FC Stadium in Sheffield, obviously. So looks like this is what happened. Sheffield went down 2-0, battle back. It was 2-1. They came back, and then the wheels fell off for Stockbridge, and the 56-minute goal by Luke Mangham, Connor Cutts, and Benny Ndolvu. Sorry, learning the names. But Ryan Cressel's team went in, battled back. Great to hear it. I think Sheffield FC does put their games up on their YouTube page, so that's something to watch out for if you want to see some of the highlights in there. That'd be cool to see. It looks like I did see that Yatesy played. So Yates is also one of the staff, one of the coaching staff, and he actually played. He actually started today. So shout out to him getting a game, and it looks like he started the game today. Let me just check the stats. So, Jamie Yates did play. He started number 4. Good for him. That's awesome. So Sheffield FC battle back, win 4-2. So congrats to them. Congrats to Sheffield FC. Happy to see them shifting through the gears and moving forward. One of the teams we support and we love, and best of luck to them. Best of luck to Cresswell. And we're going to keep an eye on them, and hopefully they'll continue to go from strength to strength. So, great job, great fight back. That is your fourth strike. Your fifth strike, Christian Pulisic in Milan. Left Chelsea. I mean, the whole Chelsea squad is now up there. They got Loftus-Cheek and now Pulisic and Tomori. They're all playing up in Milan now, and looks like he's loving life. Scored over the weekend. He's got 2 and 2. Congrats to him. Leao, the Rossoneri are really looking like a solid team this year. I'm really impressed by Pulisic. He just busted a gut through the middle of the park, scored a brilliant goal, brilliant follow-up goal. So Captain America is out there, and Milan is a team that I support for. As I watch the Italian league, and I like Milan. I think they're great. So he's definitely making an impact. Let's see how it goes for the rest of the season. But Christian Pulisic playing well. It's good to see. And I said when he left Chelsea, I said that he would do well. I think the game would suit him a little bit better. The game's a little bit more wide open. And I think that just him just having a new mentality, not being stuck in a Chelsea side with so much talent on the wings that they had, and so much competition. Not that he can't manage the competition in Milan, but just movement. Sometimes you have to move to advance your career in anything, for that matter. I think just some change is good. So best of luck to him, and I really like what he's doing. And Loftus-Cheek is playing well too. Loftus-Cheek is really, really playing well. I think it was a steal for them, and I think that getting Pulisic in for what they got him in, fantastic. 2 games, 2 goals. And yeah, it's fantastic to see. So good for him, and good for him. And we'll see how he does for the rest of the season. And yeah, that's your five aside. Go a little bonus. We'll talk a little Messi over the weekend. Talk a little Messi. So Messi played over the weekend, scored a late goal, really late goal against the New York Red Bulls. Congrats to him. And that Cremonesi kid on the side, the wing, number 30 there, young kid. I think he's 18 or 19 years old, across the ball. Messi puts it in. But yeah, Messi just tearing the league apart. I think he's got 11 goals in I don't know how many games. It looks like he's only played like 8 games, 9 games, something like that. What a great return. Let's see if I have it up over here. Obviously, they won the U.S. Cup. He scored 10 goals. Oh, yeah, he's got 11 goals. I think he's got 11 goals in 8 games, 9 games, something like that. Congrats to him. And he's just unstoppable. Here's the thing. So it's August 28th. Messi is supposed to be playing on the weekend against LAFC. And I heard a little rumor that he might not play because he might have some obligations to the Argentinian team. If this happens, the prices of the tickets that are going for down at the Coliseum down here for LAFC where they play, people will lose their heads. I tend to think that's just a bad rumor, but he'll play. We're looking to try to get tickets. I don't know if I can. We might go down, maybe try to scalp a ticket or just kind of get the fanfare and see what's going on, see if we can get in. But trying, it's a tough ticket to get. And obviously, if he doesn't play and people are paying outrageous amounts of money and he doesn't play, it's tough. I think the MLS is going to make him play. I don't know that, but we're going to watch that this week and see what happens. But he'll be here in LA this week, and if he doesn't play, so we'll see if we get down to that game. And also, a couple weeks, I'm going to France, and we're going to go see PSG play. I think they're playing Lille or Rennes. Let me see. Let me check this out. PSG. So I don't know if any of you have been to Parc des Princes schedule. Yeah, they're playing Nice. They're playing Nice on the 17th, and I'm planning on going to that game, getting tickets, going to that. Probably do a day video vlog, whatever you want to call it. Put a little movie together for you guys. But yeah, we're gonna go see PSG at the Parc des Princes, play Nice on September 17th, which should be pretty fun. And so, if any of you have been there to the stadium, I'd love to get your thoughts. Maybe there's a pub close by that I could go to, park up before the game, and just talk to some people and get some cool footage. But excited about that. That's on the 17th, so fantastic to see. All right, that is your five-a-side. Also, yes. This morning dropped Gilles' third episode, so episode number 3, part 3 of Gilles' episode of the podcast, which is great. Thank you to Gilles, fantastic guy. I really enjoyed the conversation, and as I mentioned, we were breaking these up into 15 minutes, so we can stretch them out a bit, and 45 minutes. No one really wants to listen, I don't think so, to a 45-minute podcast unless you're on a treadmill or on a long drive. So we're breaking them up in 15 minutes. You can always listen to them back to back to back. We're going to drop the next trailer to our next guest. We are really excited about our next guest. I think you will be too. Fantastic chat we had with this person as well. We will drop that this week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, and that podcast episode 4 will drop on Monday next week. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support. And yes, everyone keeps talking about my dead plant here, my dead fig tree. I tried to bring it back to life. It's not coming back. So might have a casualty over here. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hope you all have a great week.